Yo, what's up, guys? Today I got some fantastic, some great, some super duper awesomeness advice for you guys, and it's about social life. Yes, this is gonna absolutely revolutionize how you like your interactions goes. It's so important, this video. So, pretty much what I'm gonna be talking about today is some principles from the book called How to Listen with Intention by Patrick King, and it's one of my all-time favorite books. It is so good. I first learned about the listening concept from How to Win Friends and Influence People, but this book takes it to another level. It's so incredibly good. I can't recommend this book enough. But yeah, pretty much the first thing you gotta remember when interacting with people is you got one mouth but two ears. So what that means pretty much is you gotta do at least double the listening than talking. Because us humans, we have what's it called? It's like a biological motivation or desire to talk about ourselves and express our opinions and emotions. It gives us the same sensation like when we eat a piece of chocolate or when we have sex or when we get a compliment. It's kind of like that. Like people love talking about themselves. And pretty much what you gotta do then is you gotta restrict it for yourself. But then when you're talking to the other person, listen. Cause think about it. If the other person almost nobody knows why they like talking. But when you listen, the other person they kind of they associate the good feeling of expressing their emotions to talking with you, and they won't be able to explain why, but it's just it gives you a good aura, a good reputation in their mind. And yeah, that's very very important. But second of all, when listening, you can't just listen. You gotta be really active while listening. So um some good people to look up to in this case is TV hosts, from those late night shows. I don't know any of them, right? But there was one O'Brien guy that he talked about, and pretty much what the TV hosts does, this is what you gotta pay attention to when you're talking to someone. You gotta make them shine. You gotta make them shine bright. Put them in the brightest light, so you can paint them in a very good way. Have them express themselves like they're superstars, pretty much. So you just gotta make them as cool as possible, as if there was a crowd listening into the conversation, and the other person will subconsciously really like this. So pretty much you're doing a favor for the other person, but at the same time you're doing a favor for yourself, because the other person is gonna like you way more. So this is why it's so important to build good connections. Like people genuinely get really so much happiness by expressing themselves and talking to other people. It's the number one factor for or differ from being unhappy and being happy. So yeah, just really listen to them. And remember, listening is active. It's very active. And now the final piece of advice that I'll give for this video specifically is you can't just listen and do all these things that I said. How to listen at the highest level, all the way up here, all the way up here, is you gotta remove yourself from the conversation. Like I know that that isn't to say you should just walk away, but when you remove yourself from the conversation, it's if the other person says "Oh man, I just hate ketchup" or something, then you might think what the hell? Ketchup's great, you know? But when someone if someone comes to you and cries that 2 plus 2 doesn't give 3 or something, like when you're a part of the conversation, you run that opinion and their story through your own filter and opinions, and then it comes out through your words. So you gotta stop that. You gotta sympathize with them. You gotta become the other person. So pretty much you ask yourself, how's this person feeling right now? why are they saying this and everything. Then you kind of like become the other person, and then you gotta reflect it back to them in your own words. So pretty much you're like a mirror that they're talking to, but like you're still another person. That doesn't make a lot of sense, right? But like, I hope you somewhat get it. It's some absolutely great advice, but of course, it's something you gotta practice. Always practice. It is 100% a skill. Always. Just like everything. And with that said, I think let's just wrap the video up here. Everything is a skill, so is listening, and so is yeah, social skills. We'll just put it at that. See ya.